Right now.
All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the meeting of the Curriculum Committee of the Marlington Board of Education. This is our spring meeting of the Curriculum Committee, and I would like to turn it over to Mrs. Sutton to look at the proposed changes that are in place.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for attending. Dr. Schreffler, I don't know if you wanted to say a few things before we got started.
No, just welcome everybody. Thanks for taking some time to help us go over this, and let's rock and roll.
Okay. We're here today, as we are every year, to discuss the program of studies, which is the official curriculum of the district for the high school. It is required to be board adopted. The high school team has worked very diligently to review the current course offerings and, as always, put student first, see how we can enhance student course offerings as well as meet the academic requirements proposed by the state and what our community requires. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Spondil, and he's going to quickly go over the proposed program of studies. I want to make sure, Dr. Mason, that you have that in front of you.
I do.
Perfect. Thank you. So, Mr. Spondil.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. The program of studies this year is not going through a very extensive change. It's very similar to what it's been in the past. So if you all are on the program of studies, we can walk through it very quickly. Mrs. Joyce highlighted all the changes we are making in yellow to this program of studies. So I'll just highlight those and not only talk about the ones that are significant. Some are just some housekeeping things that really don't have anything to do with anything. So if you're on your program of studies and you scroll down to page 6, that would be the first change. It's very minimal. There is the graph, or the box, I should say, that has Marlington High School and the credits you have to take every year. We are updating our technology credit to say you need to take 1 full credit of a technology course. That is a change from a half credit previously. And really the only reason for that is because we offer no half credit technology courses. So we have that in there, and kids ask what their half credit options are, and we just don't have them. So we're just doing that to make sure we're aligned with everything we offer. That's the first change. So they'll have to take a 1 credit technology course now, which they all do anyway. If you keep scrolling down to pages 11 and 12 there, the change we like to make is seniors who are on track for graduation are able to carry 4.5 credits. This would be a change from what previously said was 5 credits. This is just to give seniors more flexibility in their schedule to be able to take courses they want to take. Most of our seniors that come to us their senior year have all the credits they need or close to all the credits they need to graduate. Requiring them to take 5 classes just puts a bit of an extra burden on them. A lot of them are taking honors or CCP classes, high-level courses anyway, and we're forcing them to take extra credits and extra classes they just don't need. With 4.5 credits, it just gives them flexibility in their schedule. They'd still be on track to graduate. They'd still take everything they need and have plenty of room to take things they want to take. When you're a senior, a lot of them take art electives or different electives to music that they really like and they appreciate. So it just gives them a little more flexibility with scheduling that way. The change on page 13 is just a housekeeping thing for guidance, nothing significant. If you scroll down to if you scroll down to pages 19 and 20, this is more of a reminder, I guess. This is our last year, class of 2021, that we will have weighted grades. We made the decision 4 years ago to move away from weighted grades to unweighted grades and to move away from class rankings. A lot of schools are making this change. We're kind of following suit with what a lot of schools have done and are going to at this point. We just put a couple guidelines in there. When calculating honors, Marlington High School will use high school credit, not college credit hours. So when we're going through this now, there will no longer be rankings 1 through 150. You either graduate summa cum laude, magna cum laude, or cum laude. So we'll do a similar honor system that colleges use. Just letting people aware that if you take a CCP class, you may get 3 credit hours for that. for your college, but it's only one high school credit. So we'll make sure that students and parents understand that. And then, part of what we use to identify honors now is going to be ACT grades or SAT equivalent grades. We just want people to know that we need to have a copy of whatever grade you want to submit or whatever score you want to submit by the time the first semester ends. Some students like to wait till that December window to take the ACT so they're prepared. Sometimes those results come back in time, and sometimes they don't. So that's just letting people know that we need to have that by the end of the first semester, your senior year, because that's when we run what used to be our rank report to know who's going to graduate with honors. So that's all there. And then if you go down to our course offerings, there's only a couple that we're changing there. Page 27, you're going to see some of the career tech course offerings are highlighted in yellow that we're changing. Primarily, we're just changing the names on those to align more with what they're actually called. It'll be easier for scheduling. It'll be easier to keep track of what students are taking. And we put in there specifically in this program of studies what courses they would take their junior and senior years. So natural resources, agriculture was a change from what we used to call just our ag. Natural resources, energy is what we used to call our oil and gas. We're just changing the names. So just so they're aligned more with what they're actually called in our system and databases, and then letting students know specifically what you're taking your junior and senior year. So that's all those are. On page 30, jewelry making. We'd like to add a jewelry making course this year. Mrs. McGuire has done a lot of research in this the last 2 years. She does a very nice job of this. She does a little bit in her art classes currently. A couple area schools are offering a jewelry course now. There seems to be a big push for it. A lot of our students really like taking our art classes, and Mrs. Nisley and Mrs. McGuire do a great job. They really enjoy both of our art teachers. So if we can have electives that are going to fill up that kids really want to take, we'd like to offer that. And then page 34, cybersecurity. This would be an addition to our new technology career tech program that we started this year. We'd like to teach cybersecurity. Mr. Kendall is very interested in cybersecurity. He's taken a lot of classes and workshops on it. It falls in our silo as far as what we can offer career tech wise. We think we'd have strong interest in that, so we'd like to add that to the courses that he would teach as well. And then for our English department, let me find it here. This is not highlighted yellow. I forgot to highlight that. I apologize. It is page 44. Effective Speaking CCP. That would be a new CCP course we're going to offer. It's like a communication CCP class. Communications, effective speaking, public speaking, those are some of our most popular classes that students take. If they go the CCP route, we currently don't offer that in-house. We have a lot of students that take those off campus. And we think we can do a good job of it in-house here if we can offer it. So we'd like to offer that course here for students to take, and we will have faculty that are certified to teach it. So we're going to offer that next year as well.
Mr. Spondale, is that a half credit or a full credit? It says both.
That would be a full credit. Mr. Joyce, correct? The description you saw was a bit of a rough draft that we were still working through. It's not online, Dr. Mason. It'll be taught in person. Won't be online, and it'll be a full credit. Full high school credit, I should say. And as far as new courses we're adding this year, that's it. That's all we're changing new course-wise. And I don't think there's anything else in the actual program of studies that we're changing. Like I said, pretty minimal changes this year. Pretty small. We did some wholesale changes last year, obviously. And we're happy with those and we're comfortable with those, but we just don't feel the need to change a lot more this year. Questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Spondale. Dr. Mason, did you have any further questions?
No, none at all.
Okay. Okay. So this program of studies will be presented at the next regular board meeting, which is the 21st, so a week from tomorrow, for board approval. If you would make that recommendation at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, perfect. The only other thing is there was some information that was sent to you. We would ask that you review that information and we can have a chance to schedule another meeting to talk about that information. Is that amenable to everybody? Agreeable to everybody? Okay, great, great. All right. Well, unless there's anything else, that was all that we had. Mr. Spondil, did you have anything else? No? Okay. Okay, well, I think that's it then for everybody. That was short. How many minutes was that?
Less than 15 because I
Less
didn't get
than
it.
15. Right, right. Okay, well, I do appreciate your time, Dr. Mason. As always, you are an appreciated board member. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you, Dr. Mason and others.
Yep.
And I'll make sure that this is listed on the agenda. So we'll have it on there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.